After the success of their Model 2 arcade hit, Dead or Alive, Tecmo wanted some more of the 3D fighting game action. So in 1999, Tecmo released Dead or Alive 2 into the arcades, with the Dreamcast port coming first. Dead or Alive 2 improved upon the graphics engine of its predecessor by using Sega Naomi hardware, and the gameplay system by including many new features, leading to critical acclaim and strong sales. Dead or Alive fighting games borrow heavily from the Virtua Fighter series, but make some key changes that drastically change the way Dead or Alive is played in comparison to Virtua Fighter. A popular and commonly discussed point about Dead or Alive is the level of graphical detail Tecmo put into the animated breasts of the female characters, as Tecmo went so far as to create a physics engine dedicated entirely to the animation of the female characters' breasts. Is this going a bit too far? Well, that's for you to decide.
「疾てへの誓い、お前は死なせん。行かせるわけにはいかん。そして忍びの道。道は無極、厳しいものと知れ。」
困らせないでくれる？私、行かなくちゃ。
Game over。
失敗だったと聞いたわ。
お前、何を知っている？イプシロンとは何のことだ？
コントロールは解けてるようね。行くわよ。
With the arcade game running on Naomi hardware, it's no surprise that the Dreamcast version is pretty much identical in every way, apart from now offering more game modes as well as more hidden extras and an extended intro with new music. Talking of which, those of you with the US version are really missing out on the ultimate Dreamcast version of Dead or Alive 2. Just take a look at what the Japanese version has over the US release. We now have 73 costumes versus the US's 33. Bayman and Tengu are as unlockable characters. Extra breaks in the Dragon Hill stage. 2 brand new stages, the Burai Zenin and Earl's Castle. 4 extra modes, which are sparring, tag battle, watch, user profile system and internet webpage and rankings. There's more too. Improved dialogue, tons more cut animations, and Kasumi's hairstyle now has a high ponytail instead of a low braid. And let's not forget the CG gallery unlockables. That's an awful lot of extra content, but I guess it's expected when the game came out 7 months after the US version. PlayStation 2 port of Dead or Alive came out after the Dreamcast version and does feature a few extras that were not in the Dreamcast version of the game, but do keep in mind that the Japanese Dreamcast version does feature the extra costumes not found in the US version. So any idiot that claims the PS2 version has twice as many costumes than the Dreamcast version needs to be pointed towards the Japanese Dreamcast release. The PlayStation 2 port does contain a few extra areas not found in the arcade or the Dreamcast versions, mind you. It also has a few more lighting effects on certain stages, and the in-game cutscenes run at 60 frames per second, unlike the 30 frames per second on the arcade and Dreamcast, although all versions run at 60 frames per second during the battles. This port also plays just like the Dreamcast and arcade version, so I guess it's the superior version. Well, no. As you can clearly see, the graphics are incredibly jaggy and even use a muted color palette rather than the vibrant arcade and Dreamcast palette. This makes the game ugly. Then you have the problem of the game being interlaced. Interlacing looks horrible. This adds to the already present jaggies, making everything look like a hedgehog's arse. PlayStation fans will swear that this version looks better, however your eyes don't lie. Well, unless you've got poor eyesight. The Xbox received an enhanced version of Dead or Alive 2, going under the name of Dead or Alive 2 Ultimate. This version features all new graphics as well as an all new CG intro, telling the story of Kasumi and Ayane from when they were children. This CD intro for the time was very well done and, dare I say, better looking than what Pixar was putting out at the time. The actual game is a mixture of Dead or Alive 3 elements in stage design and gameplay mixed with Dead or Alive 2. This results in some familiar areas and some that seem a little out of place for those accustomed to the original stages of Dead or Alive 2. As for playability changes, well, one such change would be the holding system. Formerly, holds were performed simply based on 3 heights of high, medium and low. In this Ultimate version, however, mid punches and mid kicks have their own holds, requiring more thinking when using holds. Dead or Alive Ultimate also features the inclusion of slopes, which are a type of environment hazard where those knocked down them roll down the slope, taking damage as they fall. All of the characters also now have slope based throws that are executed when they are near them instead of their normal throw. Overall, this is probably the most complete version of Dead or Alive 2 you can get. It sure looks the best if nothing else. Also, great news for 360 owners, as this is one of the backwards compatible games. And let's take a look at all 4 versions of Dead or Alive 2 running side by side. And yes, despite what some internet sites and magazines say, the Dreamcast version does have Naked Kasumi.